Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel and welcome to one of my favorite videos to film every single year. I feel like you know that there has been a change in the wind, a shift in the air when my DMs are flooded with requests to film my spring capsule wardrobe video. Now, if you know me, you'll know I've really changed with regards to my shopping habits, my purchasing habits, and my styling habits recently. And I really want to curate the perfect wardrobe where everything goes together. I can mix and match so many of my pieces. And of course, my favorite buzz phrase, I get my cost per wear out of something. Now, if you don't know what cost per wear means, it's something I speak about a lot, but I don't always explain exactly what it means. It's basically how many times you wear it against the cost of how much an item is. So let's use a nice even number because I'm definitely not a mathematician. You spend £100 on a jumper. If you wear that jumper 100 times, that is a £1 cost per wear. Let's say you spend £20 on a jumper, but you actually only wear it once. That jumper is a £20 cost per wear. So the £100 jumper has been a much better investment and you've got a much better cost per wear out of it compared to the £20 jumper. So it's just really looking into those pieces. If you want to spend a little bit more, making sure you're going to get the wear out of them. They're going to be great investments in your wardrobe. And another thing I like to talk about is pieces working hard in your wardrobe. Being able to style up in different ways for different occasions with different pieces and in different outfits. So I really want to make sure that my wardrobe is curated full of these pieces, and these are the items that I feel like are the basis of your spring wardrobe. They're the items that make up the foundation of your spring styling and are real capsule pieces to have in your spring wardrobe. So without further ado, let's jump straight in to my 2023 spring capsule wardrobe collection. Now, the first thing that I feel like is so important to add into your spring wardrobe is a light roll neck. Now, spring can be quite a tricky time when it comes to styling because I feel like it encapsulates a lot of different weathers, temperatures, and a lot of different layers. At the start of spring, you're wearing full-on knit coats, and by the end of it, you've stripped off all the layers and you're just in cute little dresses. But if there's one thing that I think is really key, especially for this time of year and for that transitional period, it is a light roll neck. Now, I feel like gone are the thick knits, gone are the really chunky layers, thick chunky knitwear. We just want something a little bit more lightweight that we can style up with some lighter pieces. They're still going to give us a little bit of warmth, but they're not going to be too overwhelming or too thick for when the weather starts to get a little bit warmer. So something like this I feel like is absolutely perfect, just like a light layering piece. Now also I feel like sometimes it's quite important to look at the colours and the tones that you're adding into your wardrobe. Obviously I've got a black and white stripe here, which we don't need to talk about how key stripes are in our spring wardrobe. It's such a classic print, but I also think it's really nice to have some lighter colors in your wardrobe. If you're in a country where it is still a little bit chilly and you maybe do still need to wear some thicker knitwear, a great way of just encouraging that spring vibe and bringing yourself into the spring kind of feeling is through the tones that you're adding. So like a lighter color, cream, white, neutral, I feel like is a great way to bring in those spring vibes into your wardrobe. So something a little bit lightweight, but still going to give you a little bit of warmth and is going to be a great layering piece. A roll neck is an absolute key. Another item that I could not live without in springtime, it is a slip skirt. That being said, actually, I feel like there's not really a time of year that a slip skirt is not a key piece in my wardrobe. I wear them in winter with knee-high boots, really chunky knits. I wear them in springtime. I wear them in summer with lightweight shirts and linens. I wear them in autumn with some more layers. So they really are one of those key wardrobe staple pieces that you can get so much wear out of. And in terms of colors, there is such an array of slip skirt colors that you can pick up right now from loads of different retailers, different price points, different investments. They are such a great piece to add into your wardrobe. So we've got two favorites here. This is more of an evening one. This is more of a, actually, this is both daytime and evening, this little creamy number, which I absolutely adore. And I wear these so much. You can style them up with heels, a nice top, some lovely jewelry and a handy handbag. You can style them down with trainers, a chunky knit, a basic t-shirt and a leather jacket. They are just just so easy to style and so easy to wear, and one of my favorite things about them is they are super comfortable as well. So I would definitely recommend adding a gorgeous little slip skirt into your wardrobe. I can't tell you how many I have now in so many different colors. It has become a problem, but especially this time of year when it's a little bit rainy, a little bit miserable, they're a great one to style up, and the kind of thing that you can just transition into much warmer weather. Now, if there's one thing that you can easily bet money on is going to be in my spring capsule wardrobe video, it is my Burberry trench coat. Now, a trench coat is something that is just so fundamental in your spring capsule wardrobe. Now, I feel like when it comes to the transitional periods, a lot of these items I get a lot of wear out of because I can easily style them up with some lighter tones, some lighter layers in spring, but I also wear them a lot in autumn with maybe some darker colors and darker tones, and that really does show me how fundamental these items are in my wardrobe because I can get a lot of cost per wear out of them. Now, you don't have to spend a huge amount of money on trench coats. I've got quite a few in my wardrobe at different price points, different levels. Of course, my Burberry is my most worn and definite recommendation because it really is a luxury item. The cost per wear I've gotten out of this is insane, and they're the kind of thing that never dates. So if you can get it a little bit more affordably, whether that's picking it up at a charity shop, buying it on Depop, going to Bicester Village, it's a great one to pick up. But of course, there are so many gorgeous high street alternatives. I will leave a few links down below to some favorites. You've got some like mid price points like Sandro, which are absolutely gorgeous, and of course you've got the high street ones. There's Coast, Karen Millen, ASOS even have some really gorgeous trench coats, so I'll leave links down below. But if you're looking for the perfect layering piece, the perfect piece of outerwear for your spring wardrobe, you cannot go wrong with a trench coat. Let's talk a little bit about footwear because I feel like there are two really key footwear pieces to have in your spring capsule wardrobe. The first one is a pair of ballet flats. I adore ballet flats. They really have made a comeback over the last couple of years, and I am so happy about it because they're so easy to style, really timeless, really classic, and super comfortable. Now, I've got two here which I absolutely adore, and there are lots of ballet flats out there, but for me, and especially if you're a shorter girl like I am, pointed toe ballet flats are the one. They are so elongating on your body. They make you look so much taller, and what I really like about them is because they're a little bit more elevated, you can easily style them up for an evening look if you're not looking to wear heels. So I really love them. Now, I've got two different options. First of all, this pair from Footwear, which you guys know my love affair with Footwear shoes. They are basically the most ethical shoe brand and sustainable shoe brand I've ever laid my eyes on. All of their shoes are made out of recycled plastic bottles, which is absolutely insane. They're kind of like a sock material, almost like a really thick sock material, which makes them super comfortable. I've got some ballet flats, I've got some heels, I've got some boots from them, and I absolutely adore them. They're some of the comfiest shoes I own. Now, I also really love these. This is a pair of leather ones, which I actually ended up getting in Portofino last year, but I found some similar ones that I will link down below. I've actually found a pair on Amazon, which are super affordable and look exactly the same as these. So I like the leather if it's maybe raining, if I'm looking for something a little bit more hard wearing, but for comfort, these are absolutely gorgeous. So I alternate between these a lot, but I do feel like ballet flats are such a great one to add into your wardrobe. If you don't have them already, now is the time to invest. And the other piece of footwear that I could not recommend any more highly, it is a pair of classic white trainers. Now, I really have changed my style a lot in the past couple of years, and one thing that I really realized with regards to my footwear is that chunky, really like trendy, oversized footwear just isn't my style and is not me. I really realized recently that those kind of like more tailored, classic, like smaller silhouettes are so much more flattering for me and my footwear. So for me, Veja are just the brand to invest in when it comes to gorgeous, classic, timeless white trainers. I have 3 pairs of Vejas in my collection. This is my most recent purchase and I absolutely adore them. I feel like they are a classic for a reason. The white with the black is just so beautiful, so timeless, goes with so many things in my wardrobe. And I feel like having these 2 pairs of footwear, a pair of white trainers and a pair of ballet flats, gives you so many different outfit options, so many different style options. You can change the look so much just by changing up your footwear. So Veja is a brand I would definitely recommend, and it's also another very ethical and sustainable footwear brand, so a great one to invest in for spring. Okay, the next item I am adding into my spring capsule collection is a no-brainer for me. It is a striped shirt. I feel like this is one of those items that is just an absolute must in every single girl's spring wardrobe, no matter what your style is, no matter the kind of thing that you like to wear, because these are just so versatile and so easy to wear. And I feel like there's so many different ways that you can style up a shirt dress like this. Now you can go for any color that you like if you've got lots of pinks in your wardrobe, neutrals, browns, whites, beiges, but for me, I feel like nothing is more classic than the blue and white stripe. It really is a classic for a reason, and something I love to have in my wardrobe because it really brings me in to those spring tones. I have a very predominantly neutral wardrobe, but I do find blue and white is a great color to add with those neutrals. I've got lots of beiges, lots of whites, lots of tans, lots of creams, and blue and white just goes so well with them, just to add a little pop of color and bring in a bit of those spring vibes. What I really like about these is just how many ways that you can wear them. You can wear it just like open over the top of a dress as a layering piece. You can wear it tucked into trousers, you can belt it, you can tie it. There are just so many outfit options. So a striped shirt really is one of those fundamental pieces which really helps with the building blocks of your spring capsule wardrobe. And if you've got a bit of a feminine style like me, as well as a striped shirt, a shirt dress really is a key piece to have in your capsule wardrobe. You can tell by what I'm wearing that I absolutely love them. This is a new one that I picked up from Boden, and Boden have so many gorgeous shirt dresses. I just absolutely love them. I'll leave them linked down below because they are my favorites. I have two in my wardrobe from last year that I wore to death, and I have brought out of storage ready to wear for this year as well, because I just know how easy they are to style. You can wear them to so many different occasions. They work with ballet flats, they work with trainers, and they can also layer a lot over the top of it with its cardigans, your trench coat. You can wear thermals on underneath if it is a little bit chilly. There are just so many different ways that you can style these, and I personally much prefer a shirt dress that's got a little bit more of a structure to it and a little bit of femininity. I really love one that's got a bit of a bigger skirt. I just think it's super flattering, or something that tapers in at your waist. I'm not the kind of person that likes the kind of shirt dress where it's just like your boyfriend's shirt with a little tie in the middle. That's not really my vibe. Personally, I find this style a lot more classic and timeless. It's not something that ever dates. It's not something that ever goes out of style. And if you look after your shirt dresses, they can last in your wardrobe for years and years and years. So I would definitely recommend picking up some shirt dresses, having a little look on the high street. I will leave a few links down below because they are such a classic item to have in your spring capsule wardrobe. Now here in the UK, spring can be very temperamental. We have the kind of spring weather where in the morning it's quite chilly, you want some layers, you want some warmth, but by the afternoon you've stripped everything off and you just want to bask in the sunshine. So having a layering piece that is perfect for that kind of weather is key. So for me, a cashmere cardigan is an absolute must to have in my spring capsule wardrobe. This is a really gorgeous number from Boden that I have already gotten so much wear out. If you've watched the vlogs, you've seen the amount of times that I've just chucked this on by the end of the day whenever I start to get a little bit chilly, just to give me the extra layer of warmth. Now of course, because it's cashmere, it's going to be so warm and snuggly, but I really love Boden cashmere. I don't find it itchy at all. I really struggle with itchy materials. I have very sensitive skin, and any kind of itch, I'm like, no, get it off. I cannot wear it. So I need to have like the softest, coziest cashmere I can, and I would definitely say Boden have ticked those boxes for me. Now what I really like about this one is it's so loose and baggy. Like, it's not really got any structure to it, so it's perfect just to chuck over anything, like literally anything, whether you're wearing a dress, a top and trousers, jeans, leggings, no matter what you're wearing, this cardigan, it can be chucked over the top of it, which is what I really like. And of course it's in a very neutral color, so no matter what color I'm wearing underneath, this will also go really well. I also love the buttons on this, like it's just really cute. So I would definitely recommend picking up a gorgeous cashmere cardigan. I think it's so important here in the UK to have those pieces that you can put on or you can strip off depending on what the weather is doing that day. But for me, a cashmere cardigan is just an absolute must. Now we haven't touched on accessories yet, and I do find accessories can be a little bit tricky when it comes to capsule wardrobes, because keeping it curated, keeping it stripped back can be a little bit difficult. But if there's one thing that I feel like is key in your capsule wardrobe and will go with anything and everything, it is a classic belt. Now this is a really gorgeous one that I picked up from Fairfax and Favour, which I absolutely adore. It's a really lovely waist belt, but what I like about this was a very thought through purchase and very curated, I would say, because it's thin enough that it can be a waist belt. It's thick enough that it can be like a jeans trouser belt. It's a classic color, it's tan, it's got gorgeous gold hardware on it, and it's not really got anything that makes it trendy or fashionable. I've definitely learnt my lesson when it comes to belts with my Gucci belt. I really did think that that was a classic belt that I would have in my wardrobe for a really long time. And I'm going to say something that I feel like is probably very controversial, but I think the Celine belt is going to do the same. I love the Celine belt and I almost bought it last year, but everyone is so obsessed with it and everyone has it at the moment, and I do feel like it's going to be a Gucci belt 2.0 because people are just going to get bored of it. It's got such a like staple design, like it's so kind of out there. I feel like it's not timeless or classic enough, whereas something like this where the design is just really simple and really classic, I think personally is a little bit better to add into your wardrobe because I don't think this will date as much. This also comes in black as well if you're more of a black accessories girly, but for me I just love the tans, especially in springtime. They really just elevate the look and I feel like make them so tonal. So looking into a belt that's going to really fit in your wardrobe, that is timeless, is classic, and is going to stand the test of time is so important when it comes to your spring capsule wardrobe. Now of course we couldn't have a spring capsule wardrobe collection without chatting about bags. You guys know handbags are like my one true love, and I've been really working hard at making sure that my handbag collection is as curated and as hard working as possible. I've definitely learned my lesson with handbags that have just not stood the test of time. They've not been the right color palette. I've moved on from them, I've sold them, and I really make an effort to make sure the bags I'm adding into my collection are going to work really hard. And I feel like with regards to a spring capsule wardrobe, there are two bags that I personally think you need in your collection. That is a black bag and a neutral coloured bag. Now it doesn't really matter what neutral, whatever works best for you, whether that's tan, whether that's white, whether that's more of like a coffee caramel colour, a black and a neutral coloured handbag. And when it comes to brands, I feel like that's more down to you. Of course, Mulberry is one of my favourites. They have my heart. But if you're looking for something a little bit more affordable, Demelier have some gorgeous handbags, Coach have some gorgeous handbags, mid to higher price pointed at Mulberry, or if you're looking for something really bougie, YSL or Dior have some absolute classics. But I feel like the important thing isn't how much money you spend on them, it's making sure that they are going to work hard in your wardrobe. You're going to be able to wear them with lots of different outfits, you're going to be able to style them up for loads of different occasions. You can wear them dressed up, dressed down. Having two handbags in your wardrobe that covers all bases, I think, is the key to creating a really successful capsule wardrobe and having a handbag collection that works really hard for you. So that was my spring capsule wardrobe collection 2023. I really hope you guys did enjoy this video and it was as useful as possible with regards to creating your own spring capsule wardrobe and adding in key wardrobe pieces that are going to really help build the foundation of your spring wardrobe. Of course, things are going to vary person by person and not everything in this video you might like, but for me this is what really works for me, what I get my most cost per wear out of, and the pieces that really reflect my own true personal style. Something I find so important whenever it comes to building a capsule wardrobe. Not only do you want to make sure that the pieces will work hard, you'll get your cost per wear and they'll last the test of time, but you also want to make sure that they're all reflecting you and your personal style. So if you got to the end of this video, give it a big thumbs up, and if you're new around here, I would love it if you hit that subscribe button. You can join us for fashion videos every Sunday and vlogs every Tuesday and Thursday. And on that note, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.